Hello, and welcome to webinar number 2. This video will review some of the important items of the EHR setup, general navigation, and system requirements. First, we're going to review how to log in to the EHR platform. Navigate to healthfusion.com and click the login link in the top right-hand corner. Enter your username and password, and click Login. Once logged in, to get to the training site, get to the main Practice Management System dashboard and click Training Site. We've made it really easy here for you to get to the training documents and videos associated with this webinar topic. Hover your mouse over MetaTouch EHR Training and click Webinar number 2. At the top of each webinar screen is going to be a paragraph with suggestions for completing the setup. For the MetaTouch EHR Training, we recommend that you run through the role-based workflows and exercises prior to performing too much setup, because it is almost impossible to actually customize something without using it first. While going through the exercises and the role-based workflows, identify areas that you will need to customize or set up. Below the first paragraph is a link to the Q&A webinars and the webinar videos. Below that is a link to all the documents for that particular topic. And every item in the EHR setup has an individual topic that will walk you through the process. Below the documents are links to short videos, and all the major portions of the EHR setup is available in a short video. Please use these documents, videos, and exercises to perform the setup on your own. Write down any questions that you have and come back to these webinars to get your questions answered. Scrolling back up to the top, another important area is implementation and enrollment documents. Here you will find 3 checklists that you could use during the setup process. One of those are the account setup checker, account tracker, and the milestones checklist. The milestones checklist is a summary of key steps or milestones that should be learned during the implementation process. Utilize this training document for a quick jump start on the recommended items. The account tracker and the account setup checker are 2 Excel documents that should be used during the setup and training process. The account tracker is more focused on when and who will be completing certain items, so you could put dates of required completion, responsible parties. The account setup checkers should be used for really the setup of the system. It explains what and why certain things should be completed. Download the account setup checker. The account setup checker will open up into an Excel file with a subgroup format. For the EHR administration setup, click the plus sign to expand the individual topics. And click the plus sign again to expand additional information pertaining to an individual topic, such as office procedures. In each one of these topics you will find the client action required, Health Fusion notes or why it's important, and any additional integration notes. Please read this to confirm you're properly setting up the suggested or required items. Clicking on the header name will link you to a training document that will walk you through the setup of that topic. Another important item to review is the Health Fusion system requirements. This is also found underneath implementation and enrollment documents. This area also has data for updating Java, which is very important on the practice management and EHR side. Making sure you have appropriate internet speed and clearing your cache and cookies, which are also all important functions and processes that should be set up and performed on your computer for maintenance. The Health Fusion system requirements has information pertaining to your computer workstation, the processor and RAM, suggested operating systems, and of course your suggested internet speed, which is recommended to be above a 2.0. You can test your internet speed by going to speedtest.net. This document also contains information pertaining to the suggested browser. Please note, Internet Explorer is not compatible with the MetaTouch EHR. It is also very important to make sure that you clean your cookies every 2 to 3 weeks. And it is absolutely mandatory to clear your cookies out after every release. At the bottom, you'll have some additional information relating to suggested softwares, as well as compatibility issues with the Mac operating system for the scanning, and the Google Chrome browser for the iPad with not compatible with previewing documents. And as recommended, it is highly suggested that you complete the provider EHR example workflow and or the exercises at the bottom of the workflow to help identify areas that need to be set up or customized. It is almost impossible to fully customize a system without understanding the workflow first. The last thing that I'll point out about the help site is the search feature in the top right hand corner. If you want to know how to set up allergies, type in allergies, and a number of training documents with that topic will appear. Make sure that you're on the EHR administration training document and click the blue PDF to open up that document. Alright, now we'll take a moment to explain the importance of using 2 screens at one time. As you see, one screen I'm logged in as the super user, and I'm on Mozilla Firefox. The other screen is on Google Chrome and is logged in as my individual user ID. This will allow you to not only complete and perform the setup or customization, but review what you set up at the same time. What is very, very important, however, is that you use 2 different web browsers. You should not be under the same web browser in the Health Fusion item. So you should not open 2 tabs under Mozilla Firefox. You should not open 2 tabs under Google Chrome. You should not even open 2 browsers, separate browsers under Mozilla Firefox. So if I had 2 Mozilla Firefox open, that could cause a problem. Patient information could be transformed over to another account. So it's very, very important that you use 2 different web browsers. It's highly important. Pull in the other one to explain the 2 browsers. So again, make sure that you are not using 2 of the same browsers. Always use Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox. I just want to reiterate the importance of performing these role-based workflows and exercises. Perform these for common complaints that you have for your specialty, and this will help you identify areas that will need to be set up and or customized. Start off with these example workflows and or exercises, and once you are familiar with the system, what you should do is take an actual paper chart that you documented for a common complaint or for your main complaints, and try to mimic that documentation on a live patient on the MetaTouch EHR platform. While going through these common complaints in the exercise or workflow format, again, write down any questions and or concern. Write down any questions and write down any areas that you identify that you will need to customize in order to document according to your prior requirements. Alright, now we're going to do some general navigation of the EHR. To navigate to the EHR platform, hover your mouse over Dashboard and click EHR Dashboard. Also, your user ID may have a default landing screen of the EHR. On the MetaTouch EHR dashboard, you will find your you will see who you're logged in as and the location. You will have access to the calendar resource where all your appointments will be displayed. You have some different calendar views for the 2-hour, quick access to the recent patient, and a list of open encounters. Within each MetaTouch screen that you're on, you'll cover the same format where you'll have a header, quick search and other features on the left-hand side, and a bottom task and a bottom menu bar. The bottom menu bar has options to get you back to the practice management system, to the task and messaging inbox, to the document area, and to your pharmacy alerts. To get access to a patient chart, you could use a search feature in the top right-hand corner and type in a patient name. And now you'll see what a patient chart, everything in the top tab associates with the patient's chart. You have little arrows on the left-hand side to navigate to additional items. Within a single encounter, all items within an encounter should be documented through the SOAP section for that daily visit. Just navigating back to the EHR dashboard, on the right-hand side, there's my alerts. So if you have any pharmacy alerts, those will be displayed in red. If you have any abnormal orders that need to be reviewed, this will be displayed in red, and as well as any overdue task is displayed in red as well. You also have a preview into your task and messaging inbox, and you have links to create new tasks or messages. Also on the right hand side, this little check mark box will allow you to create a new task, staff message, patient message, or chart note. One last item to point out about the dashboard: clicking on the time button, that's the suggested way to start an encounter, to make sure you properly link it to an appointment. And then if you click the patient name, that will link you to the patient chart.